be it architecture, literature, law and order, administration, I have admired Rajaraja Cholan.
Hello, welcome back to Real and Real Characters. I hope you saw the last two episodes of this show, episodes 18 and 19, both featuring Dushyant Sridhar. This episode 20 also features Dushyant, and so will the next couple of episodes, 21 and 22. So let's take that time to mull over each of his points in separate episodes. So here's a heads up for all Dushyant Sridhar fans. There will be one episode of his featuring in Real and Real Characters uploaded every day this entire week. So you're going to have quite a treat. I hope you enjoy the show and don't miss any of the points that he makes. You might remember that when we were young, we used to hero worship somebody, a parent, a teacher, an uncle, an aunt, a friend. In fact, in our country, movies and politics used to ride a lot on the wave of hero worship. But what is it about that person that has drawn us to him or her, inspired us about him or her? What is it about that person that is so admirable that can make him our role model? Dushyant Sridhar has found his role model in the Tamil Emperor Rajaraja Cholan when he saw the movie on the king titled Rajaraja Cholan. Rajaraja Cholan is a 1973 Indian Tamil language biographical film written by Aru Ramanathan and directed by A.P. Nagarajan. It is about the life of the Chola king Rajaraja I. Shivaji Ganeshan plays the title role, and this was the first CinemaScope film to be released in Tamil. Why do you think Rajaraja Cholan as a character is relevant in today's times?
Today we have judiciary for judgment and hearing of cases. We have the government to take care of the administration, law and order. And then we have army to defend the country's interests. So we have three different areas. In those days, the king was the one who used to defend the kingdom with his army. So he had to be a well-built person with good archery skills and all of that. And then he was the one who was supposed to learn the art of decision making because he was the judge. At the same time, he was to take care of his subjects through law and order, administration, and so on. So you necessarily had to be an all-in-one king. Today, you won't have a prime minister who goes to the border and fights. You won't have the people who are fighting in the borders taking decisions unless and until it's not a democratic government. So you have different functions. In those days, kings had all of them under one umbrella. In such kings, you have kings who made a very, very significant impact on that particular era. And Rajaraja Cholan, in my understanding, he needs to be given as one of the best emperors India had ever had. Because Chola regime overall has been the pioneer in naval management. They were the ones who brought in the concept of how navy, ships, boats could be used to establish your influence in other archipelago nations. So he went until Indonesia, he went until Malaysia. So that was a huge impact. Then he was a great fan of literature. See, without Rajaraja Cholan's impact, devotees of Lord Shiva couldn't have got the Tirumurais, which were once hidden in a locked room of Chidambaram. I have visited many, many places of architecture. Chalukyas in Karnataka, Rashtrakutas, beautiful architecture. Hoysalas, the minuscule architecture, extremely detailed, very well beautiful. Vijayanagara is excellent. But somehow when I get into the big temple of Tanjavur, it just overpowers you. It gives you a feeling 1,000 years before with no cement between the granite and there is no hill around for over 50, 60 miles. Where did he get the granite from? How was it put back in the proper shape and how was it standing till today? So be it architecture, literature, law and order, administration, I have admired Rajaraja Cholan. Shivaji Ganeshan did an exemplary job by proving how a king has to be. Shivaji Ganeshan used to do 10 to 12 movies a year. There you had Shivaji Ganeshan memorizing so many dialogues.
பொன்னாக மண்ணாக கல்லாக எந்த வடிவத்தில் இருந்தாலும் அதை கடவுள் என்று ஒப்புக்கொண்டு வழிபடும் போது அந்த கடவுளுக்கு தொண்டு செய்த இம்மூவரும் எந்த வடிவத்தில் இருந்தாலும் இவர்களையும் ஏன் அடியவர்கள் என்று ஒப்புக்கொள்ளக் கூடாது. இவன் தெய்வம் என்றால் இவர்களும் தெய்வம்தான். அவர்கள் சிலை என்றால் இவனும் சிலைதான்.
The way he walks is Rajaraja Cholan, the way he utters those sentences, the clarity with which he comes, the articulation.
மன்னிக்க வேண்டும் அக்கையாரே, அவர்களெல்லாம் சாகா வரம் பெற்றவர்கள். நம்மை விட்டு நீங்கவும் இல்லை மறையவும் இல்லை. இன்று நம்மோடு இருக்கிறார்கள்.
That made me realize that if a person who's just acting like Rajaraja Cholan could do such a great job, then the real king could have been somebody else whom we could have never imagined. So Rajaraja Cholan made me realize and reaffirm the belief that I have in Indian history. And that's only because of Shivaji Ganeshan. பொதுவா வேடிக்கைக்கு சொல்லுவா, அவருக்கு 100 ரூபாய் சம்பளம் கொடுத்தா 1000 ரூபாய்க்கு நடிப்பார். He lived the character.
Is there a leader of such caliber today?
I would say Narendra Modi makes a very huge impact. The way he works makes me feel that I should also be doing that. He's a workaholic. See, a country like India with 1.4 billion population, see, Canada, US, Europe, Brazil, Argentina, put all these countries together, they still can't match the population of India. There is so much of heterogeneity in the country.
They say the true test of leadership is how well you respond to a crisis, how well you function in a crisis. This pandemic will go down as a crisis that tested the skills of world leaders like no other.
According to this data firm, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi's approval ratings are the highest among 13 world leaders, with an approval rating of 55%.
And to a small extent, even the Chief Minister late Jayalalitha, her way of handling queries that were put to her, which you rarely find any leader today handling so well. The way she thinks and answers, the way she structures her sentences.
So what does it need for a woman to survive in this world?
It needs a lot of self-confidence, courage, willpower, the capacity to take anything, no matter how unpleasant, how bitter, how painful, and not show that it hurts.
How much do we really know about this amazing king who was part of our history? But more importantly, how did he become such an amazing person? There must have been some teacher, guru, parent, guide, somebody who honed his character and his skills and his thoughts into becoming the kind of person so admired by everybody. But is leadership confined only to countries and politics? In our own little world, where we have our societies, our children, our family, our relatives and friends, can we not display that same kind of caliber of leadership that we have seen and admired in, say, somebody like Rajaraja Cholan? Can we not also enable others, our children, our employees, students, into becoming such people of great character and caliber? Are we doing that? Is a question for each of us to answer.